welcome to episode 126 of Movies and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Marcus.
And this is the review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning sometimes. And today we are covering the 2016 release of Suicide Squad.
Woohoo.
This movie was directed and written by David Ayer, produced by Charles Roven and Richard, so let's say Suckle or Sucky?
Sucky, because the movie was sucky. Where you at?
Produced by
Suckle. Yeah, it's L.
All right. Stars Will Smith as Deadshot, Jared Leto as the Joker. I don't know why he's listed second. He's barely in the movie. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. Jay Courtney as Captain Boomerang, Jay Hernandez as El Diablo, Adwale Akinwumi Agbaje as Killer Croc, Ike Barinholtz as Hunter Griggs, Scott Eastwood as GQ Edwards, Adam Beach as Slipknot, Karen Fukuhara as Katana, Cara Delevingne as Enchantress, and we also have Ben Affleck and Ezra Miller as Batman and Barry Allen Flash. We also have Elaine Chanoine as Incubus, Jim Patrick and Common?
He is rapper.
Oh, okay. They're Joker henchmen. Johnny Frost and Monster T. Oh, those are the names of the henchmen.
Yeah.
David Harbour portrays Official Dexter Tolliver. Alex Mraz as a Navy SEAL. Matt Barham as Dr. Van Kreis. And Shailene Pierre Dixon as Zoe Lawton. Corinna Calderon plays Diablo's wife. And David Ayer had a cameo.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Not a terrible cast.
No, it's fine. Not much behind the scenes stuff.
Really?
Not really. There is a couple, but not a lot. Apparently Tom Hardy was supposed to play Rick Flag.
Tom Hardy. But sorry, Bane?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was supposed to play Rick Flag, but he was actually signed on to do it, but he had schedule conflicts with Revenant, that movie he was in with the bear.
Oh my god, that movie's so good. Yeah.
So he couldn't do that. And Will Smith actually got offered 2 roles at once. This and Independence Day sequel, and he chose this.
Both bad movies, so it's lose-lose for him.
You weren't saying this was a bad movie up until the day before we started recording this.
Still a solid movie. Listen, TJ, things change, okay?
Uh-huh. Anyway, the only really other notable thing is that there was a trailer that was held at the 2015 San Diego Comic-Con International thing that was exclusive to the Comic-Con, but someone ripped it instead of putting it online. So Warner Brothers said that they and their anti-piracy team have worked tirelessly over the last 40 hours to contain this footage that was pirated from Hall H on Saturday. We have been unable to achieve that goal. Today we released the same footage that has been illegally circulated on the web in the form it was created in high quality with which it was intended to be enjoyed. We regret the decision as it was our intention to keep this footage as a unique experience to the Comic-Con crowd, but we cannot continue to allow the film to be represented by the poor quality of the pirated footage stolen from our presentation.
I had nothing to say about that. I have nothing to say about that.
Other behind the scenes stuff, there's a release that Ayer cut movement.
Nope, not doing that. Like
there was for Zack Snyder's Justice League, but to this date, it has not been confirmed to happen. I don't think it will save it anyway.
Now, I guess that's being said because this movie was plagued with reshoots and re-edits and I guess studio interference, whatever you want to call whatever happened to this movie happens.
Well, apparently, the final cut was made by the studio, not Ayer himself.
Yeah.
They did it without his permission. They apparently tested Ayer's version and their version, and the focus audience was the same. So they kind of did reshoots to try to find a happy middle.
That's always what you want, right?
Right. And apparently Ayer's is supposed to be more serious. I don't know. From what it sounded like, it was going to be more Man of Steel, Dark Knight-ish feeling.
Yeah, no.
Than what we got, and I don't think that would have been any better.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So,
I mean, it could have been, because I think the biggest problem with this movie is just like how they f***ed with the characters. But if that's the case, like I still think his version would have been not loyal to the characters either. So
right. So who knows? Yeah. I mean, obviously there's ever since this movie came out, there's like spin-offs being talked about and stuff like that. But we don't need to get into all that garbage.
no.
Anything else besides to go into the last part of this?
No deaths or anything like that.
No, nothing like that. There's no big news. Box office we'll talk about when you do it. How long was the movie for you?
Thank God it was 2 hours and 4 minutes. Because I know it was like a 2-hour 15 cut.
I had.
Oh, thank God.
Which I had, and I did watch.
Oh, I'm glad you suffered through that.
Honestly, I don't know what was different.
Probably just longer scenes. I started watching that one too. I was like, I'm not watching this one. And I just put the other one on. Like I could barely tell the difference. So I think it's just some scenes were a little bit extended.
Yeah, because I could not tell. Maybe there was an extra Joker scene. Did you get the scene where Harley Quinn chases Joker on a motorcycle?
No.
Yeah, okay. So I got that extra scene, and I don't know what else would be extra, because I remember seeing it all before.
Yeah, it's all just familiar for you.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of nothing in this movie, so.
I'm sorry?
It's a whole lot of nothing in this movie.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about behind the scenes except for this movie did win a couple awards.
Oh.
So let's get those out of the way. It did win an Academy Award.
Best makeup.
I think it's the only DC movie to ever win an Academy Award.
Yeah.
According to that. So that's it. But it did. It won for Best Makeup and Hairstyling.
Yeah, I knew that one.
It won.
I guess Killer Croc, maybe? Right? Who else would that be for? Not Joker. Does it say who or just
Diablo stuff, I guess? No, it just says Alessandro Bartoli's Gregorio Gregorini and Christopher Nelson.
Which is weird, because I think no, it wasn't that year. Okay.
Oh, that
year. What's up?
That was the other behind the scenes things. David Ayer actually apologized for the betrayal of Harley Quinn in this movie.
Why?
Because of his objectification of her.
Oh my God.
So
I mean, yeah, there's other things for him to apologize for this movie. I don't think that's the main one to apologize for.
Well, I bring that up because it was nominated for an Alliance of Women Film Journalists for Hole of Shame. And that was David Ayer and Margot Robbie. And it also and Margot Robbie was also nominated for Actress Most in Need of a New Agent.
Wow, that's so mean.
So yeah, they were really up against that.
I don't think it was that abysmal for her. I mean, it wasn't great, but like,
I mean, she is in little booties, shorts, and stuff like that.
Okay, is that the first time it's been done in Hollywood?
No, but like, I see where it's come from, even though that is Harley Quinn. My whole problem with Harley Quinn is a different problem, and we'll get into it.
And I get where you're coming from. I probably understand the problem you're coming with. But like at the same time, if the problem with Harley Quinn, they kind of bastardize all the characterizations of all these characters. So like to focus on Harley Quinn because she's a female, it's like, come on, guys. Come on.
Anyway, let me get to the other awards.
It's too feminist for me. I don't like that one.
What did win a Critic Choice Award for Best Actress in a Movie, Margot Robbie.
Wait, so you're going to get lambasted for having a bad Harley Quinn, but then still have a great... Come on, guys. Pick a lane.
I think those are two different awards. So.
No, I know they are, but it's like, what's going on here? I'm sorry.
It also won a Hollywood Music and a Media Award for Best Soundtrack Album.
Sounds about right.
It also won the Makeup Artist and Hairstylist Guild Award for Best Period and or Character Makeup for a Feature-Length Motion Picture.
Now, stick with the makeup stuff real quick. I remember the big controversy or like the upset people are upset about this because Star Trek Beyond, one of the Star Trek remake sequels came out that year. And that also had really good makeup. And the fact that it lost to this was people was like, really? What the fuck? So that's why I knew it was Star Trek Beyond. Had some good makeup. And people
never saw it, couldn't tell you.
Neither did I, but people said, it's great makeup. How did it lose to this movie? I'm like, shit happens, guys. But yeah, I'll continue. I'm sorry.
It won a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award for Favorite Soundtrack.
Yeah.
It won a People Choice Award for Favorite Action Movie Actress in Margot Robbie. And it won 2 Teen Choice Awards for Choice and Teen Suppated Movie for Suicide Squad.
What?
It said Choice and Teen, like it's AN, capital TEEN, Suppated, lowercase movie. And I guess it's anticipated,
Oh, yeah, it took me a second. Like, okay.
and it also won Choice Movie Actress Anticipated Award for Cara Delevingne. Is that her name?
Who? Oh, the Enchantress?
Enchantress. Yeah, she won that Teen Choice Award.
Okay.
And that's all the awards.
No guy won anything. Okay.
Weren't that fantastic, this movie. Anyway.
She wasn't fantastic, whatever.
She was fine.
Maybe because it's I think I know what it is. It was the first on-screen Harley Quinn. So people were like, Harley Quinn.
I think she did fine portraying Harley Quinn with what she was given.
Yeah, but you can say about all the actors. They all acted with what they got. Will Smith was okay. Like,
he was okay, but he was still just Will Smith.
Yeah, well, he's Will Smith. Not Harley Quinn. What's her name? Margot Robbie's Margot Robbie now, but like this is like one of our first outings of Margot Robbie. Actually sticks out, and so we're like, oh, it's Margot Robbie. So it's like,
I got the feel she was Harley Quinn.
I didn't, not at all. Maybe again, it's not because she was a bad actress and anyone's bad. It was just bad writing, bad directing, just bad all the way around.
I got that she was Harley Quinn, but to be fair, I think this is the only thing I've ever seen her in.
See, that's it. Like I've seen her in a few things. Like, okay, it's just Margot Robbie.
Maybe this is how she is. Maybe she is Harley Quinn.
No, she's not Harley Quinn. She's just. I feel like I'm coming off like as an anti-feminist and B, like just hating on Margot Robbie. But it's just like they're all focusing on her just because she's their first Harley Quinn live action proper, right? Can't say proper.
I think in comparison to the rest of the cast, she was fine.
I think she was on par with the rest of the cast.
No, I think the rest of the cast kind of sucked.
No, because Diablo was like, okay. Well, again, bad writing, bad directing, right. But like this guy's Diablo not terrible.
I guess
Katana is just there because for whatever reason,
right?
The prison guards and their what's the guys the guy who's dating Enchantress, whatever his name is, Rick Flair, like
Rick
Flag. Like they're all just okay because they were just giving shit and directed by shit.
Yeah, but they didn't stand out to me.
And I think Margot Robbie stood up because it's Harley Quinn. That's it.
Well, that's not what she's supposed to do now.
Yeah, because like they put more time and effort to her. Because hey guys, we got Harley Quinn. Isn't that badass? Okay, the only bad one I can say is probably Jared Leto.
Oh my god. That's kind of what I'm comparing everyone else to.
Yeah, because Jared Leto was trash. I forgot he was in this, and I'm just like, oh, that was pretty bad. So I'm not counting Jared Leto.
Worst actor in the movie.
Yeah, I forgot. Wow, but like God, like him and
even that fucking Slipknot character, Adam Beach, who was killed off halfway through the movie, was a better actor than Jared Leto.
But see, okay, going back to the female thing. Like I think of Viola Davis clearly.
I mean, yeah, okay, she was fine. I did hate her throughout the whole movie, though.
As you should.
Yeah.
But again, also like,
but
her character wasn't great because this movie was written badly and directed badly.
I actually think they got Amanda Waller down pat. Honestly,
I think it was too much of her. That's my problem. I think because like we got too much of her, not enough of the other characters.
She's in it about as much as she's in any Suicide Squad story.
That's fair. Well, yeah, she did really well. So like, I think
Viola Davis did very well. Yes.
Yeah. So I think the nominations for best female should have gone to her, but since Harley Quinn's new to the scene, and so it's kind of Margot Robbie, like, hey, fresh face. So I was like, that's why I'm kind of going against it. Like, calm down, guys.
But like, I kind of disagree. I think she was fine as Harley Quinn. I think
she was, but I don't think it was like award winning compared to Viola Davis in the same movie. Like of the two, I think Davis stood out more.
I disagree.
Wow.
Because Davis was very good, but she didn't really stand out to me at all.
Why not?
She just wasn't that much of a presence other than like threatening people.
Oh yeah. And again, I think that comes down to the
right. And I'm just saying, like I said, I think she did fine, but because I guess Harley Quinn was in your face the whole time, she stood out more to me, and that's what she's supposed to do.
She is, but I think it was just bad. It was lacking. Like, it's not a good Harley Quinn.
Well, to be fair, I think it was lacking because the writing's bad.
Yeah. Again, me saying the Harley Quinn was bad is not because I'm attacking the acting.
But
her acting was fine.
Her mannerisms and what she's bringing to the role, I think, really was Harley Quinn. Just because the dialogue and the actions are suited up for her. I think she got the character down pat. I just don't think the writers...
I'll give you that. She got the characterization fine, but just the things she was saying, I'm like, this is...
Yeah, like, no, of course not.
This is terrible. Like, this... I might be a Harley Quinn fanboy. It's like, this is awful.
Yeah, no, and I'm a big Harley Quinn fan, so yeah. I know, and I think she got Harley Quinn down. I just think she wasn't given anything to play with.
No, not at all. I can give you that. I can agree with that.
I forget what we were originally talking about.
We were at the awards. We just finished the awards, I think.
You're right. Yeah. Mike guess that's that. Let's move on. This movie had a $175 million budget, and it brought home $747 million worldwide.
747 million worldwide. That's how you know it's a good movie, TJ.
That's how you know people really wanted to see it in the first week.
Well, the advertisement sold Harley Quinn as like Suicide Squad, a fresh take on these shitty other DCEU movies. It should be good. The music's good. The trailer looks good. Let's watch this movie. So $747 million lands it in the top 10 of the box office, TJ. Isn't that crazy or what?
It's a superhero movie.
Yeah, but there's like two other movies on our list.
It's a superhero movie starring Harley Quinn.
God dang right. It got it at number 10, actually, with 700.
Technically, it's a superhero movie starring Deadshot, Will Smith, but whatever.
Well, still made top 10. We have other movies that made like the top 20, so that's kind of sad.
Anyway.
X-Men Apocalypse. So at number 10 is Suicide Squad with $747 million. At number 9, Deadpool, 782. We've done this before, so I'm going to just keep going. Number 8, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them with $816 million. At 7, Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, $874 million. At number 6 is Life of Pets with $875 million.
I will give this movie that. This should have been Batman v Superman.
Yes. And I'll get back to that. Well, I'll say now. I remember when I first saw this movie, I probably said it before the podcast, and I said off mic, I gave Suicide Squad a passing because BVS was so trash and shit. And like when I saw them both in the theaters, Batman vs. Superman killed my vibe for DCU. Went in to see Suicide Squad, my expectations were low, and I just met them like, okay, it wasn't a bad movie, pretty solid. And I kind of still stand by that now, but it's not as good as I remember. I'll say it's not a good movie. It's not good.
Continue.
Terrible movie we watched. Number 6 was Life of Pets with $875 million. At number 5 was The Jungle Book of $966 million. And then 4 is Utopia of $1 billion. Finding Dory has $1 billion. At number 3, number 2 is Rogue One, the Star Wars story of $1 billion. And at number 1 is Captain America Civil War with $1.1 billion. To you, TJ.
Doctor Strange didn't make the top 10?
No, it did not.
Wow.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So Suicide Squad, even though it was a trash movie, really marketed itself really well. The DCEU does that right. They market themselves like a good, like, they put all their shit into that.
All right. Is that it?
For my box office, yeah.
All right. Moving on up.
Wow. You just dated yourself.
I'm old.
God, this movie's so bad. I'm just skipping through it and like, what the hell they do to Killer Croc? Like, this is a trash movie. It's just so cringy and so like teenage boys will like this movie.
Anyway.
It's so bad.
You were so excited for this movie.
Because I forgot how it was just awful. I remember when I first saw it, I was sitting through the movie like, this is really bad, but just fun enough for me to enjoy it. This wasn't fun this time around. I was like, this is just cringe. I was just like, what the fuck? And it's 2 hours. It's like, so maybe it was like 30 minutes less. I was like, yeah, okay. It was like, why is this 2 hours? How do you keep me 2 hours and still like have no character development and like just be so bad on so many levels? It was such a chore, TJ.
Well, we'll dive into all that. I actually don't have any trailers.
Really?
Yeah, at least on the extended cut version. I didn't actually check the other version, the regular theatrical version.
Okay.
So, but there was only special features, no trailers for the extended cut version.
Okay. Well, I watched it on HBO Max or Max.
In any case, yeah. So I guess we'll dive right into the movie, unless you have any other preamble stuff you want to talk about.
No.
Okay.
What's the next Suicide Squad? 2018, 2020?
I can find out.
I haven't seen it, so I was just curious.
2021.
Oh my god, why is that so far away?
Because we're only in 2016, and we still got a slew of bad movies before DC croaks. Yeah, I mean, we still got the big one coming up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
and I kept thinking like, oh, Batman vs Superman was the big one. No, we have another. Just wasted potential. Like how just so many years, TJ, of just good source material. And they just botched it all so hard. Like deliberately, I guess. Like, how do you do it so bad?
I don't know. I do not know. All right, let's jump into this movie. Suicide Squad. So the first, I'm going to say 20 to 40 minutes of this movie is just setting up the characters.
And not really in a good way. It's like...
I think what they could use the same setup in a better script.
Yes.
What I think think needed to happen was, I think they needed to do this setup, right? And I think they needed to go, they only covered like 4 of the characters. It's like, why are you not showing me the rest of the characters here?
Yeah.
They didn't even when they were going through each individual character, they didn't even talk about Slipknot. So it was like, oh, I guess Slipknot's dying in this movie.
Yeah, because when he shows up, who's this guy? Like, oh, he must die then. So, and
and that's not how the Suicide is. You're not supposed to know who's gonna die.
No, you're not. But the script is like, this movie is like bones and structures to a good script, to a great movie, but the meat is terrible, rotted meat. But yeah, the first 20 minutes, like, we get introduced to some of the characters, and we get reintroduced to them again in other ways. And like, why do we have like 3 introductions to the characters here? Well, it's just like, I was watching, it's like, we can cut the first 20 minutes out and just get right to the point, because all this is useless.
I think you do need to establish, Belle Reve and the characters within Belle Reve. Belle Reve is the prison complex where they all come out of.
I would say yes, but like, do it in a way where they either interact with each other or they actually do things, or just like,
well, that's
not,
here's my problem. This movie should have been divided up a little more. It shouldn't have been one long story. I think they should have had like a pre-mission and then had them go on a different the main mission.
Oh, why not? But like, even then, okay, I'll give you that. We'll go back to that. Why not just jump right into it? Like, why not? Like, hey, Suicide Squad. We like, you guys wake up. You got bombs in your neck. Do the fucking thing, because people aren't dumb. We all know who Harley Quinn is. Most people know who these characters are. But if you don't, we can spend the movie learning these people.
No, my whole point. People don't know. Suicide Squad is a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy was. Not a lot of people know what the Suicide Squad is. I think you need to introduce the Suicide Squad and the characters within it and why they're being forced to do this. I think you do need all that for a new
throughout
audience.
The movie, not the first 20 minutes. Like we go back to Guardians of the Galaxy. How do we learn about Gamora throughout the series? Quinn throughout the movie. Like, it wasn't all the beginning. You don't just sit there.
I think you're right, but I think we need to have the introductions move that. Like, you can have Amanda Waller go in and having this meeting with this government guy and saying, I have these guys, and then that's all you need. You don't need to have that be 40 minutes, that conversation, which it was.
It was way too long. It was way too long.
And but then you're right.
I would even say, like, you know, like I'm comparing to the animated one we saw earlier, where they just jump right into it. We can have them wake up and like, hey, you're Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
or like not even that. Just
here's the difference between that one and this one. The animated feature, those people are making it for fans of DC. Only people buying those movies are the hardcore fans of DC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is for a wider audience. This is for a general public audience. And because I don't think the Suicide Squad is well known, this isn't Batman. You know what I mean?
No,
so
true.
I think you do need to introduce the concept and explain what's going on. I do agree it should have been spread out more, and it should have been like less, a little bit cut down a bit to explain it all, and we could have used more interaction in the beginning of all these characters instead of them having them separated for most of the movie. So
and it's just mostly show, and like they tell much like, hey, I'm going to tell you who these people are, and like that's how you learn about this character.
It's like I kind of like that though, that they're telling us who these people are. Like I like the scene. I like Batman catching Harley Quinn, and I like that they I like that they had the Flash catch Captain Boomerang because he's a Flash villain and stuff like that. And like I like seeing how they got caught and what's going on here. You know,
I'll give you that. That is cool. It is cool. It's cool because like, okay, Batman's established he's actually a thing in this universe. That's cool. It was just the Harley Quinn one was way too long. We get like a minute of Croc. Like, okay. I care more about Croc because I really don't know much about Croc. I know way too much. Know more about Harley Quinn that I never need to know. It's like, it wasn't
like they were definitely establishing Harley Quinn's origin in this movie.
Yes.
Which
was terrible on this, but
I mean, we'll get to that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like I said, I think in a better script the setup would be fine, just cut down and spread out.
Yeah.
So I didn't really mind of like the first 20 to 40 minutes because we're just like learning about everything.
Deadshot and his family, don't care about them. Couldn't care about his motivations.
You get why they did it though.
I don't care about the hero or bad guys being sympathetic. Not in Suicide Squad. Maybe well, Deadshot and his daughter has always been a thing. Okay.
In the comics, that's how they keep him under control.
Yeah,
he's still a bad guy, but he works the Suicide Squad because his daughter he wants to be a good dad to his daughter.
Great.
But, he's not a good guy. And that's kind of my problem with this entire movie, is that this movie's building up to make this group of murderous, sometimes cannibalistic people as a family that you're supposed to get behind.
Yeah.
This isn't Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly.
These guys are not supposed to be like, they're here because they're the bad guys.
Yes.
They're not supposed to end up the good guys by the end of the fucking movie.
This is rated R for a reason. And you pick
It's not rated R.
It's not?
I think it's PG-13.
No way it's PG. I mean, that would explain, but it should not be PG-13. It should be a fucking R movie.
Let's say theatrical PG-13.
No wonder, TJ. Wow, that explains so much. This is PG-13?
This is PG-13.
Why would you go PG-13 with this?
Why do you think they have the generic bad guys that they could bash in their heads and no blood?
God, this explains so... Wow. I want to scream so loudly right now. That explains so much. No wonder this is edgelord bullshit for a 10-year-old boy. This is so bad. No fucking wonder. Wow.
Yeah, like I said, they wanted Guardians.
But you can't do that with the Suicide Squad. I mean, you could, but not in this method. You can't go realistic, grim, dark shit with like you said, Harley Quinn, fucking Killer Croc. I'm like, what? You can't, this bad version of the Joker, and then be PG-13 about it. You can't do that.
Well, they tried.
Clearly, it's the newer one, rated R.
Yes.
What the fuck? Why was this PG-13? Whatever, man. I get money. I get it. Well, now what? Okay, keep talking.
So yeah, that's pretty much the first act, and then the second act is pretty much the bad guy taking over a city.
Oh, who's the bad guy, by the way?
I'm getting to her.
Okay.
Bad guy taking over the city, and then the Suicide Squad coming together to kind of rescue Amanda Waller from the middle of the city. But the bad guy in this is the Enchantress and her brother Incubus, who is not her brother in real comic continuity. They just grabbed a random demon to throw in here. And they should have chosen a different villain.
Clearly.
This is the wrong villain. She's bland in this. They kind of fucked up Enchantress. And anyway, this is a stupid villain, and all she's doing is a sky beam. So it's like...
Especially for a villain who's she's supposed to be part of the Suicide Squad. I mean, he'd never met this lady before in her life. Now she's the villain?
Yeah. No. It's stupid. It's like, oh, look, the Suicide Squad maybe isn't a bad idea because one of their own.
Yeah.
This is stupid. That's not how it works.
No, and I know the director said if we showed them the Joker, I would have been like, of course, the Joker. But it makes sense if you're the Joker. Or like you said, any other villain.
We don't need the Joker as the villain. We just need a big threat. And I think the new Suicide Squad is exactly what they did right.
Okay.
Suicide Squad. Because that's what they needed to do. That movie is fantastic.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so.
So, that is a Suicide Squad movie.
Not this.
Not this. This is not a Suicide Squad movie. This is a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and not even a good one.
It's clearly a studio trying to how can we make monies? This is not how you do it, but you did it.
Yeah. So the second act is them going to save Amanda Waller. They do it. Hijinks happen. So
it's not just so long because it's just a lot of them hey, we're bad guys, but also we're complicated.
We like to say bad guys. Hey, let's go kill the people who are holding us hostage. Hey, let's pretend to do this. Let's pretend to do that. None of it makes a damn difference. And then the third act is them realizing, oh, Amanda Waller is captured again. The world's about to end. Let's go stop the bad guy. And they go stop the bad guy as a family. And then they stop the bad guy. And that's the third act.
This movie, man. Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not good. The characterization of the characters is not great either. I can't say anything about, El Diablo, because I don't know who that is.
No.
I don't know who that is in comic continuity. I don't even know if he's an actual character, to be honest with you. I don't know who Slipknot is either.
He is a character, but...
Yeah, I know. I don't know who he is, but he does seem like one of those needless villains that the Suicide Squad would bring in just to kill off. So I'll give him that. But you establish him as one of the people going with the rest of the squad right from the beginning, so you don't know that, hey, he's the one that's going to die.
Exactly. You give him a nice intro and all that shit.
Exactly. Then, all right, let's talk about it. Jared Leto.
Yeah.
He's so fucking pretentious throughout this movie. I don't know if that's him or I mean, I'm sure it's a combination of him and the script, but my God, is this characterization of the Joker garbage? There's no way Joker goes through all this for Harley.
No. Yeah,
without,
that was like, and maybe
without a
in this
reason.
world, sure, and maybe in this universe, in this Joker world, sure.
No,
It's still bad.
not even in this.
It's
not
bad.
even in this universe.
Because he's not the Joker. Then he's just like a dumb.
No, he's
pimp.
a gangster dressed up like a clown.
Yeah, it's like literally a gangster. And when I first saw it, like, okay, it's a different take on the Joker. Sure, I'm here for it. But he's not menacing. He's not clever or anything like that.
He's pretentious.
It's just awful. Yeah.
No, it's bad. And this is my biggest problem with Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's story is not about Harley Quinn. It's the Joker.
Yes.
Like, say what you want about say what you want about the story, the background and stuff of Harley Quinn, but this is not a Harley Quinn story. She's just there. This is the Joker coming to save her. We're just not seeing it.
Yeah.
I think if they're gonna do this, they needed to establish that Harley Quinn was already broken up with Joker at this point. But no, she's in the middle of the relationship, so why would they?
I don't know.
Yeah, like it's bad.
It's just I'm trying to figure out how you properly. I don't know, because we don't need her origin in this. She can just be Harley Quinn in this. Clearly.
Right. What you do is, like, you don't need to show her origin so much as you show her the breakup with Joker, and then why she's in prison, and then if you want him to come after her now because they broke up with her, to either A, kill her, or B, try to get back together with her, that would make more sense Joker-wise.
Or maybe he needs her for his plan to like with Batman or something.
Well,
like,
Joker is so much of an egotistical scumbag that if she broke up with him, he would obsess over that breakup. I'm the Joker. You don't break up with me.
True.
I'll freaking break you out of prison just to kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So. Yeah. If it was more along that line instead of this really bad romance angle that they're going with here, because Harley Quinn and Joker are not romantic. They're abusive.
Yes.
And that should have been on display. And for everything that I got, everything he made her do was terrible. But she chose to do it of her own free will. And there's nothing the Joker made her do. There was no real, besides mental manipulation and Harley Quinn's own insanity, there was no abuse. The Joker just...
I guess the abuse comes from him breaking her. Like, he broke her. Like, he made her. The whole zapping her brain and shit like that. You know,
but that's not how they displayed it. They displayed it as, he broke her, but she also tamed him.
Yes.
And that's not the relationship at all.
No, but that's what they were going with.
That's where they're going with, to try, I don't know, to lighten some behind the scenes there was they've toned down the abusive nature between the two to make it more palatable for people. What?
Because it's PG-13, which makes sense, but you don't do that with such an iconically toxic, because now you're losing the message of what they are and who they are.
Yeah, not only, but it's not even continuity wise. It's just like from like a standpoint, you're kind of glorifying this relationship that shouldn't be glorified.
Exactly. You should show how bad it is and why you should not be a part of this shit.
Why they shouldn't be together, yeah.
This is why the Joker movie's so good, TJ.
Like, this is why I said the movie should start with a breakup. That way, it shows Harley Quinn escaping that toxic relationship and like going out on her own, even though she's in jail and stuck in the Suicide Squad. At least she's not. Yeah. You know, this is her choice is in it matter, and not just, oh, they took my girlfriend, so now I got to take her back.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Like, like I said, starting off a break, like they're like her and Joker are in the midst of one of their plans, and she just breaks up with him mid-plan, and Batman's there, and he captures her and breaks the whole... That'd be a fun and interesting thing to see. Batman takes her to... Where are they at?
Rave Penitentiary.
There. And as Batman is taking her there, that's where you can introduce the other characters, right? Like, it's like, because there's the first time there probably. So like,
have
Batman there's the Killer Crocs, and like, I'm going to get you Batman later. Or it's like, that's how you fucking do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and he introduced, as he's walking down the cell, like, dude, every other movie we've seen, we see Slipknot and all the other assholes we see. And hell, as Batman's doing that, Flash is bringing in the douchebag.
Yeah,
Boomerang.
There you go.
Yeah. That's how you do... Jesus Christ, this movie's terrible, teacher.
Or you do have the two separate scenes with the Flash capturing Boomerang and then Batman capturing Harley and Deadshot, and just having them both, and then cut into the penitentiary and them both coming in with them at the same time.
Yes. Like, literally, that's... There's a good script here. There's a good story here. My God, it was just abysmal.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, but for the plus side of it, it's. I did visually enjoy this movie.
Here's my other big problem with this movie.
Yeah.
So the movie starts and we get right introduced with the soundtrack. Soundtrack is fantastic. It's just in the wrong places.
Yep. It's jarring when it's on, and they'll put a second of a song on because it won't play that song, and they'll stop it. It's very jarring and like intrusive. It's like, whoa, where'd it come from?
Yeah, it's like here's the song. Now take it off.
Yep.
Here's the song, play it off, and it's just like intrusive into the movie, and it's just like I like every one of those songs that they played.
Yeah, no, I love the soundtrack. I have it. It's a great album,
but it's not implemented well at all.
No. Again, just when you're noticing the editing styles in a bad way, it's clearly not a good thing. Even when you notice it in a good way, you should be noticing this shit.
Right.
Yeah. It's just very bad, this movie.
It is very, very bad.
But it's pretty. Like I said, the soundtrack is good when it's not in your face and jarring. There are some good things about this movie.
Yeah. We already talked about it, though.
Yeah. Like you said, that Batman thing was pretty cool seeing that. Even the Flash thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was enough attention to detail to know that Captain Boomerang is a Flash villain.
Yes.
Although they did say he works alone when he clearly never worked alone, but whatever. That's comic book me coming out.
That's fair. That's actually, they should have a guy like you on the set, like, helping, keeping shit straight.
But, like, I do appreciate the effort.
Yeah. Oh, what's the post-credit scene in this movie?
Bruce Wayne talking to Amanda Waller, and Bruce Wayne said he'll protect Amanda Waller from anybody finding out how bad she screwed up with Suicide Squad if she gives him the information about, the Justice League people he hasn't met yet. And she does, and then she tells him, you look tired, you shouldn't go out at night, so she knows he's Batman. And then Bruce is like, you should shut down the Suicide Squad, or me and my friends will do it for you. That was very Batman. That Bruce Wayne might.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Ben Affleck, great Batman.
The more I watch Ben Affleck as Batman, the more it's sad to me, because he's definitely an underrated Batman.
Again, it pisses me off that DCEU is so bad because there's so much potential and things they could have done with all this shit, because he would have been a great Batman.
Yeah, he is a fantastic Batman, and I was always one of his defenders, even when people were like, I don't know if Ben Affleck could be Batman. I was like, I don't know, I kind of think he's doing okay.
Yeah. Like, he's a good Batman and a good Bruce Wayne. He does both really fucking well. That's rare for these.
Like, literally, that line where he says, "Stop it now, or we'll stop it for you," was so Batman. I was like, I see it.
Yeah, he delivers it so well. Like, goddamn, this guy, he gets it. He is it. I was gonna say something about this scene. Oh, I thought I was like, doesn't he already have this information from the other movie, the dumb files?
He knows about them. I think what Amanda Waller gave him is locations.
Okay, more information, I guess. So he knows they exist from the other one. These are just more detailed information.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Because Amanda Waller knows where everything is.
And I guess continuity-wise in other universes, does she always know who Batman is? Or is that just this?
I mean, it's always kind of alluded to like it was here.
Would you call this alluded? Because I feel like she definitely knows who he is.
But it was also very alluded to. It's like, she didn't say, I know you're Batman. She says, you should stop working nights.
That's fair, I guess.
And so it's always Amanda Waller kind of knows everything.
Okay.
But,
Yeah. Was that the only one?
Yes.
Okay, unseen.
That's the only one I got anyway.
Okay, same. Because I know sometimes they do 2 or 3 and I just missed one. But,
So, like, the only extended scene that I seen in my cut of it is Harley Quinn is on the bike chasing after the Joker in a car, and she's still Dr. Quinn's out. This is before she jumps in the acid. And she pulls in front of him, crashes the bike so that he has to stop. And she goes after him. She's yelling at Joker because apparently he broke up with her, and he's not passed. She said she passed every test in something, and she's trying to convince him that, they belong to each other. And then a truck driver stops, and he gets out and says, "Get out of this road," and then Harley shoots him in the face. That's really the only scene that I saw that was different. So the movie ends, and then Rick Flag was sleeping with Enchantress's human form because she was possessed, and that's a happy ending. Croc gets BET because he's a stereotypical black guy in this movie for some reason.
So bad.
Harley gets an espresso machine. Captain Boomerang it's like it's not good enough, so he gets nothing, and Deadshot gets to see his daughter because they had saved the world. And then at the end of that, Harley Quinn's drinking her espresso, and then Joker breaks in and gets her out. So
I should like this movie. I should have loved this movie.
told you it was bad.
No, I knew it was bad. That's what again, after seeing BVS, this is a sliver better. So I was like, that's why I was always a defender of this movie. Like, guys, it's not as bad as BVS, so I'm gonna defend this shit movie, even though it is very bad.
Very bad.
Acting pretty good, writing awful, directing terrible, editing why. There's a lot of like why did you guys do this?
Yeah. In any case,
The makeup's not that good, so like I don't know how it won an award. Like Killer Croc is so distracting. Like
he is distracting, but he's supposed to be distracting.
well, what's he look like in like not real life, but like other stuff? They look like a crocodile, right?
It depends on that interpretation. Sometimes he looks like a crocodile. Sometimes he looks kind of like that, only like not as bumpy.
It's not the bumpiness that bothers me; is that he's too humanoid. Like watching him trying to crawl around and do shit, like this is awkward and stupid.
He does. He's very humanoid.
But like this humanoid, like not as because the last in the Mexican ones that was Killer Croc, right, versus Bane.
Yeah, but he looked more like Godzilla there.
I'll take that. Because he looked like a crocodile more so than he looked more lizard-like then.
I think that was intentional. I think they designed him to look like Godzilla so they can have him charging through the city as gigantic and blowing beams out of his mouth and shit. So just type in Killer Croc into image search. You'll get a bunch of different things.
I'm looking at it. I've seen like every other image I'm seeing is like way better than that shit fest we've seen. And also maybe because he wasn't as big and bulky as I want, like tall wise. So he was just like it's just an average sized dude just with bumpy skin.
Definitely wasn't imposing.
No. He's just like, I got leprosy. Like, okay, bro.
I think if he was bigger and bulkier, he would be more impressive.
Yeah. I've noticed this about these movies. These movies who, when they have these big characters, need to hire big actors. You need to hire.
Put them on stilts or something.
Something. Like, these guys should be fucking imposing. Maybe it's a cartoon spoiling me. Who knows? But I need to see a size difference with them and Batman. That's all.
No, Croc's a big deal. He should be, like, super gigantic.
Yeah.
Like, at least, like, 6'5", 7 feet.
Yes, when he's like punching things, I should be like, oh, I felt that. Like how Iron Man, how Captain America throws his shield, do you feel it? I should be feeling Croc's punches and shit like that. I never believe it.
Like he was the most unbelievable part of the everyone's coming together of the family because he eats people.
Yes, he should have been in the background just snacking on the bodies or something. He's been doing like Killer Croc shit. He's like, yeah. Like, okay.
And like El Diablo sacrifices himself in the end. It's like,
yeah.
Well, you know how much, I guess no one cared about that character either.
Right, man.
It's not great.
No. I do want to see the newer one so I can, like, compare it, but...
It's much better.
And I hope so.
All right. I guess we should rate it.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Well, Batman Superman was a 1. I'm going to give this a 2. It's slightly better and less offensive than that shit movie.
Well, if you're going to give it a 2, I'm going to give it a 3.
That's fair. So I guess you like this better than Batman vs Superman?
I think I would like anything, with very few exceptions, more than I like Batman v Superman.
Yeah. Okay, I got a question.
I got an answer.
Which villain would you rather see come back and their interpretation? This Joker, the Jared Leto Joker, or the Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor?
Jared Leto or Eisenberg?
Yeah.
Eisenberg.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that because you hate Jared Leto in general, or just because he was slightly?
I don't know Jared Leto in general. I just know Jared Leto is a bad Joker.
Okay.
Not a bad Joker. The worst Joker.
Yeah.
The absolute worst Joker. The guy who played the '60s Joker in the Batman '60s show is a better Joker.
So okay, I guess we didn't really focus on this. What made him a bad Joker in this movie?
Well, one, everything he says and does is pretentious, and the Joker's not pretentious. He's anything but pretentious. Where's the joke?
There never was a joke, was there?
Yeah.
There was never like
joke?
Him being like, this is funny to me, so I'm going to do it. No, it was just him being
a pretentious gangster.
Oh my God.
The key thing that makes the Joker is the joke.
Well, you didn't see the ha-has and the Joker smile and the Joker tattooed on him?
No.
Those were the jokes, TJ.
That's the persona. That's not the joke. Even if they would have focused on Joker stealing diamonds or jewels, that would have been more faithful than this Joker, because at least when he first started, the Joker was a jewel thief.
Yes.
So even that would have been better than this garbage interpretation. Look, you're talking about one of my favorite characters and throughout the thing. I know the Joker Probably better than anybody.
Well, was there anything redeeming about this Joker at all, or it was just not there? It is nothing good. That's what I was gonna say earlier. I like that he did costume changes in this. That's a plus.
Yeah, I did. I did like that he had his gang dressed up.
Yeah.
In different things, but I don't think he would have gone. I think they should have been dressed up as clowns.
Yeah.
Or something that was pertaining to what they were doing that's funny.
Yes, not just random animals or whatever.
That's random animals. That just seems like
that's penguin. That's penguin shit, if anything.
A lame some kind of D-list villain would do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or someone that's themed like that.
Yes.
And it's just they had the idea right, but it's just they didn't quite flesh it out to where it should have been.
I agree. I can agree with that. Yeah. Yes.
Like even if they would have had them in like regular clothes, it would have been closer to what the Joker does.
Yes, not
because now you're just showing me, he's got his guys dressed up. Look how crazy he is.
Exactly.
That's all that is, because it doesn't pertain to anything. We don't know why they're dressed up like that. They're just like that because the Joker's crazy. Yeah, he's the worst Joker ever.
I don't want to say that, but he is. He is. It just seems like someone who... It seems like the real Joker's in the universe, but this is just a copycat. Like, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Feels like some gangster decided, I'm going to be the Joker here. And then we'll find out 2 weeks later he's been murdered in a ditch.
Yes. Like, he seems like a gangster who's trying to become a good gangster. Like, I need to make a name for myself. Oh, that guy's weird looking. So it's like, this sucks bad.
And like I said, where's the joke?
Where's
the core of the character?
It was never there. You're right. There's no he was just a sad little, my girlfriend broke up with me, guys. You go to back. Like, no, you're just... Yeah, every character was bad. Most characters were bad. He was the worst one. He was bad.
The worst thing in this movie.
Like I said, you could cut that character out. This movie would have been way better.
Yeah. Why was he in this movie?
Because he needed the Joker in a DC movie, apparently.
Like, literally, if you're going to have the Joker, utilize the Joker. Why just have him in here for no reason?
Right.
Oh, because we need to make money.
And why did they choose that prison of all the prisons? Why not use Arkham?
Oh, I guess I'll answer that question in a moment. But I guess we should mention behind the scenes stuff, how much of a dick.
I didn't want to talk about it. We could talk about it, but I thought we were just going to avoid that shit.
Jared Leto and how much of a scumbag he was as...
No, he's a method actor, TJ.
He's a scumbag. Anyway. Yeah. So I don't want to go into details about it, but I wanted to mention it at the very least.
Oh, you because I asked a question. You're going to say something about the question I asked.
Why Arkham?
Yeah, why not Arkham? Why this place?
Because that's the prison that Amanda Waller always works the Suicide Squad out of.
Okay, because I was going to ask, does the Joker ever go to that one, or does he always go to Arkham?
He always goes to Arkham.
Oh, okay.
She almost kidnaps people and forces them in there, because Belle Reve is a state penitentiary, but it's more of a government facility than it is a prison.
Okay.
So that's why they do all the implanting of the bombs there and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, another thing. You talked about the guards earlier. One of the guards is a real scumbag.
Oh, Mike Barinholtz, yeah.
But whatever the case, he gives Harley Quinn a phone saying the Joker's coming for you, and he's just like, "You're a dead man," and then that plot point's chopped. We never see whatever happens to him.
We don't see what happens. He does it in front of the military people.
Yeah,
he's trying to be conspicuous, but he's doing it loudly in front of these people. You think they'd be like, "Wait a second, this guy's what?"
Yeah, but we don't even get a scene of him getting killed by Joker or nothing. It's like, why would this season seems like it's left over from whatever the other script was? Yeah. So why is it still here?
I would love to, again, this is, I say it so many times on the show, but this is clearly a movie that has so much on the cutting room floor that I would love to have it all and just see what we could do to make another movie out of this. You probably could make 2 or 3 movies out of this fucking trash movie and all this shit on the ground, but there's just so much. There's so much. But yeah, Enchantress. I like some of the visual effects of Enchantress.
Except at the end when she's like dancing the whole thing.
Yeah, that's
like, what the
fucking stupid. Okay, the only visual effect I like is when she puts her hand on the thing and it turns over. Like, that's cool.
That was very kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I guess there's not much in this movie to care about.
No.
But yeah, I gave it a 2.
I gave it a 3. I guess. Are we done?
Are we?
I mean, last time I tried to end it with it, you said no. So I'm making sure we're completely done.
I think I got other things I want to say out in my head. I think.
All right. So now that we did it, it is done.